Ferrari might be grinning for the cameras, but backstage, the team is at war. Strategy errors, stalled upgrades, and an ever-growing rift within Maranello have uncovered a crisis far more profound than mere on-track failure. And now, Lewis Hamilton, employed as the answer to saving Ferrari, is already hinting at some major internal issues extending way beyond the car. Ferrari's new upgrades helped yesterday. You're going to be last? No upgrade? No more? No upgrades whatsoever? Well, if that's all, brilliant race with no upgrade then. Thank you ever so much. That wasn't a sarcastic comment. That was a shot across the bow. Team principal Fred Vasseur is in the line of fire. Upper management is being quietly queried, and the menacing silence from Ferrari's top leadership, it's only fueling the fire. So what's really happening in Maranello? Is Ferrari merely struggling on the track, or are we witnessing the gradual disintegration of a championship team from within? What's happening at Ferrari is not a string of unlucky race weekends. It's structural collapse. It's happening right in front of our eyes. From slowed upgrades to head-scratching strategy calls, the warning signs are flashing red. But most damning evidence, they're not in the tire data or pit wall. They're in the attitude of the people in the system, and that attitude is getting darker each week. Lewis Hamilton's post-race press conference in Montreal wasn't a product of frustration. Although frustration was present, it was a warning. The 7-time world champion complained about neither balance nor setup. Instead, he unleashed a somber, ominous bombshell. There are lots of changes that need to be made in the system, he said. I wish I could tell you what is happening. Those words, finally selected, heavy with portent, were the darkest sign yet that Ferrari's problems stretch far deeper than execution. And Hamilton is not alone. Fred Vasseur, once seen as Ferrari's great balancer, now seems like a man walking a tightrope. His own cryptic comment? We've changed everything, except for one thing. Was that a jab at Ferrari's upper management, the political power structure, or something even deeper, something no team principal has ever truly been able to fix? Outwardly, the trio of Hamilton, Vasseur, and Leclerc presents a picture of unity. But behind closed doors, the cracks are spreading, and Ferrari's silence only amplifies them. Fred Vasseur was hired to clean house, but now it appears they handed him a broom without a stick. The chaos isn't collateral damage from ineptitude. It's starting to look like it's deliberate, like someone is being set up to fall on their sword. On paper, the team still has him. Hamilton even praised Vasseur as the main reason I'm in this team, the man to lead them to the top. But read between the lines, and the tone is changing. The Italian press has already circled. Gazzetta dello Sport says Vasseur's position will be evaluated in the coming races. Corriere della Sera declared Ferrari's leadership under review. Hardly the voice of a team with a steady long-term vision. And now the whispers are growing louder. Antonello Coletta, currently heading Ferrari's dominant WEC program, has been floated as a potential replacement. A quiet contingency plan, just in case things don't improve. Vasseur has publicly dismissed those rumors as noise, but even he admits this kind of speculation affects the team's morale. If the real issues lie above his position, as many suspect, then Fred may not be the problem. He might be the only one trying to fight it. The bigger question is, will he be allowed to? Or will he become just another name in Ferrari's long line of scapegoats in red? The pressure inside Maranello isn't just political, it's showing up on the stopwatch. Week after week, Ferrari enters a race weekend with hope and raw pace, only to collapse when it matters most. And every time it happens, it is more and more impossible to believe this can be just bad luck. In Montreal, Ferrari once more had the machinery to fight. Hamilton was finally in clean air. Leclerc had also been fast in practice. Both cars were set to battle at the head. But then came race day, and everything fell apart. The clerk's power unit issue left him limping. Hamilton already compromised by a groundhog impact. Music that damaged his floor was thrown into traffic by a questionable pit call, strategy execution timing, all out of sync. And it wasn't the first time, In Spain, tire choices left exposed. In Imola, Hamilton's race was undercut by track position. It's not the speed that's missing, it's the cohesion. Ironically, the parts of Ferrari that should be vulnerable, like pit stops, are some of the best on the grid. The team nailed the fastest stop in Canada, the mechanics are doing their job. The failure clearly is higher up. When a team has two world-class drivers and a car that's competitive in qualifying, but flounders under pressure, the issue isn't talent, it's direction. And Ferrari right now looks like a team with no compass. Every race day blunder isn't just a lost podium, it's another data point in a growing case for total dysfunction. While Red Bull, McLaren, and Mercedes continue to bring new parts, nearly every race Ferrari has stalled. A much-anticipated rear suspension update, one Hamilton reportedly pushed for as early as Shanghai, still hasn't arrived. The result, a car falling behind in development while rivals gain momentum and Ferrari's two biggest weapons, Hamilton and Leclerc, are left waiting. Hamilton didn't hide his frustration in Montreal. After another underwhelming weekend, he told reporters, "I don't know why we haven't brought them." But listen closely. That didn't sound like confusion. It sounded like restraint, as if he does know but can't or won't say it. That one sentence was more than a complaint. It was a hint, a warning, a coded message about deeper dysfunction inside Ferrari's development pipeline. The suggestion, politics, indecision, or internal disagreement, is holding the team back. Not logistics, Fred Vasseur insists. The problem isn't just upgrades but overall execution. "We have updates coming, but we need to put it all together," he said. But that's becoming a harder sell because other teams are putting it together and faster. When your star driver is questioning upgrade decisions mid-season and your team boss is talking about structure more than lap time, something's broken. The delay isn't just technical, it's philosophical. And in Formula One, that kind of silence speaks volumes. Lewis Hamilton didn't just join Ferrari to drive fast, he was brought in to drive change. From the moment the deal was announced, insiders whispered that Hamilton's role would extend far beyond the cockpit. His arrival was compared to Adrian Newey's move to Aston Martin, not just a talent boost, but a cultural reset. Someone who could walk into the room and command attention, shift the dynamic, and force a rethink from top to bottom. And Hamilton's recent comments prove he's already doing exactly that. He's not pointing fingers at the car or the engineers. He's talking about systems. He's challenging the leadership. And when asked about the missing upgrades, he's speaking like a man who knows the answer, but also knows the politics of saying it out loud. The question now is, are they listening? Because if Hamilton is trying to reform Ferrari from the inside, it won't work without support. He may be the loudest voice in the garage, but if the structure above him remains unchanged, even a 7-time world champion can be silenced. Ferrari brought in Hamilton to help build a winning culture, but so far he's sounding more like an outsider, trying to fix a house that won't let him through the front door. The next few weeks could define Ferrari's entire season and the future of its leadership. First comes Austria, a track that rewards precision and race execution. In other words, the exact areas where Ferrari has been unraveling. Then just 1 week later, it's Silverstone, Hamilton's home race, and the moment many believe will be the real test, the test of the upgrades, the strategy, the system itself. Ferrari can't afford 2 more weekends of missed potential and vague promises. Not when Mercedes and McLaren are surging and the media spotlight is burning hotter than ever. If the upgrades flop, or if more internal cracks surface, don't be surprised if the VU rumors return louder than before. Or if Hamilton's tone shifts from frustrated to fed up. Ferrari's next 2 races won't just impact the championship standings, they might determine who stays in charge and whether this crisis spirals beyond repair. So what do you think? Can Fred Vasseur survive the storm? Or is someone already preparing to take his place? And most importantly, will Lewis Hamilton be the one to fix it all? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're not done with the drama, hit the next video on your